Hello, Kampai! Got a sake ready, and I'm ready to stream some more games today. Cheers. So today, the plan is to play one of the games that was recommended by Ernest last week. So, that's the plan. I need to adjust volume settings. There we go. Okay. First thing that we're going to just dive right into is Forever Home. I had actually purchased this game last week when I had Ernest on the call to talk about game dev stuff. If you missed it, you should go watch it. It's a pretty good time. We had a good chat. And this is one of the games that he recommended. So we're just not gonna delay anymore. We're just gonna jump right on into it. And oh, of course, it's a VX Ace game. Oh no, and my whole desktop is going nuts because it went full screen. I don't think I pressed the key to change camera, but I don't think it actually registered that. It's jumping right into a cutscene at the beginning. Oh, this is just a disaster. Hang on. Can we alt enter? Alt enter? Oh, this is... Oh, what has happened here? I can't even, like... Nothing will show up. Oh, I can't skip anything? And I can't... Oh my god, what is... There's no sound? F4, F5, oh, F5. Okay, do I have my desktop back? Yes, I do. VX Ace means you have to put... No, I'll get you guys zoomed in. Is that the whole window, or is it cropped? It looks like you guys have the whole window. You can hear sound. Why can't I hear sound? Oh, there it is. Sorry, I had it turned way too far down in my headphones. There we go. Alright. I was in panic mode for that whole intro sequence. Glad to have everyone here, as usual. Stingers, foreshadowing. The future. We need to go home. Perhaps forever home. It's not clickbait. Even when I'm not clickbaiting videos, y'all think it's clickbait. I can't not clickbait. It's now a habit. Wait, hang on. What's the title? It's a legitimate question. Why are these JRPG indie games recommended? I did a little SEO stuff in there, but I mean, it's not... Come on, man. They were recommended to... Eben, hey, how's it going? Nice to have you here. Seems like, I think you're a first-time chatter. Your name doesn't sound familiar. Anyways, we need to go home. Forever home. Garen has called for our help. Stop blaming yourself. You haven't ingrained in your stream ever since you started clickbaiting. You can't get rid of it now. I swear to God, I'm not clickbaiting anymore. There was that whole discussion. Some of y'all were throwing hissy fits in my Discord about clickbait. There was some other guy. There was that other guy that I had streamed his, like, Red Panda game, and I don't know, he took issue with my clickbait title, and I was like, okay, from now on, I just won't clickbait shit. I don't know how much of a difference it makes for my viewership. I genuinely didn't know. I could have sworn it had an improvement, but honestly, who knows? As an experiment, for 3 videos, I just didn't really clickbait, or so I thought. And I saw no change in my viewership, and so, whatever. If people don't like clickbait, I'm not gonna do it. And if it doesn't change my viewership, then why do it? Anyways, stop blaming yourself. Yeah, it's not my fault. Home. Forever home. Man, his eyes, there's like a mile apart between his eyes. That's fine, that's fine. At least we get to see a new game. Yeah, that's right. There we go. We need the positive homies in the chat. None of this negativity coming from Mr. Orc. What home? What home? Forever home. Listen to all those RTB sound effects. Oh, is Evan is, maybe. I forgot. No. It's, he's like I think he's the fake Pokemon guy. Fake Pokemon. He knows what I'm talking about if that is actually him. Kina! Garen and Burns will meet us south of the Renza Fields. Let's move quickly. This area isn't safe. Enter. Escape. Shift. It doesn't say what the movement is, but it's probably... Oh. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Even though it's VX Ace, they at least got this. Pause is only for map movement. Okay. Menus and battles use arrow keys, and okay. Kind of a janky implementation of it, but we got halfway there to implementing WASD. I do think I recall, oh, in our first battle, oh, they're like doing a dance. Ah. Well, what do I know? Anyways, well, glad to have you here anyways, Evan. We're immediately back into RPG Maker Jank. Okay, yeah, well, Ernest had recommended this game, and I do remember one of the things he had mentioned is that this game just kind of, like, it doesn't waste your time, it just gets, like, right into the gameplay. It throws the controls right into your hand. But yeah, we got the janky implementation, like, you know, just as it was saying, like, here we pop up the keyboard, and we got the WASD action going on right here, but just as it said, no such luck. Stuck using arrow keys. Well, dang. Prism text. Charge, and we got a lot of skills to start off with. Hey, and Alice is here. Yeah, I think this is built on Ace. Reduces damage while charging TP. Strong physical light attack. Wow, too much fucking action games. I read light attack and I'm thinking of the opposite of a strong attack. On a large area that severely harms the user and causes bleeding. Attack based on user's agility and level, dealing heavy damage to slower enemies. Damages one enemy and has 80% crit rate. Requires shuriken. Can't wait to let you play Origins with the new shiny input config I got going. Yeah. Gonna give you the back butt. Back butt, as Alice does. Oh, we'll just use an attack. How does that? Oh, that doesn't do a lot. They got a lot of health. Wait. Okay, the health. Whoa. All right, we're starting off with some pretty big numbers already. All right, 0. Holy nuts! Do we start off with a lot of skills? Do I have to read all of this? 5 physical attacks in a row does not stop even if the initial target is defeated. Non-elemental physical attack that gets stronger the longer the battle lasts. Okay, that's neat. Minus wave, non-elemental physical attack on enemies in a straight line. How do we know if they're in a straight line? Is this a straight line? It's a straight diagonal line. Ignores defense and has a high critical hit rate. Can inflict delay, whatever that is. Quick attack for 125% damage that regains stamina. Which one's stamina? Oh, it's... What is stamina? What is stamina for? I don't know, let's just do this one. Damage! I do like how it rolls the attack over. That's pretty nice. Let's see. I do that too, indeed, Alice. Ace's chibi style is quite different, and I kind of like it. Maybe I should buy Ace. Yeah, I honestly don't know. I haven't played around much with Ace at all. I do like how like the character portrait's like completely cut off by all of these fucking bars down here. Oh my god, they have so many skills. I don't know, just do the one that does damage. Damage one enemy. Sure, do that one. Oh, there was like a rotational effect on the weapon. Oh, don't do attack because it's apparently completely worthless. Let's keep moving. They're dead. Oh, right, it's WASD. Okay, that's confusing. Can I change that? I'd almost prefer just having consistent controls. There we go. Actually, what do we have here? Interesting. Pick your battle music. Okay. Set the difficulty from the menu. I guess that's nice. And a damage multiplier. Make it hard with extra damage if you really want. Okay, cool. Victory quotes. You can turn those on or off. Sure. I don't understand what that is. I'm sure it'll teach me. Oh, hey, Wrath. I'm guessing this is maybe like some sort of like end media res kind of intro, like stuff is already happening, it's a flashback. Nice ear-ringing effect. It's a flashback. I'm guessing at some point the whole party's gonna get defeated, you know, there's gonna be a scripted loss, and then we're gonna, I don't know, go back in time or join a different group of heroes, and they're gonna have, you know, all the just basic skills. I assume. Oh, you're right. Ace doesn't have side view, so yeah, that's something custom. Yeah, the more games need Prism Link. Yeah, it needs to be a PACBUT, right? Polish, Prism Link. What is accessibility? I'm already developing my game on MZ, but now I got my eyes on Ace. I might just buy it and try it later. I mean, you could just buy it and then use the RTP, right? Like, you don't have to use the engine. It's the same reason why I actually own Ace. Do I own Ace? Yeah, I own Ace. I own all of the engines before MZ except for, or all the officially released ones before MV. Sorry, I misspoke. I said MZ. Before MV. Except for VX. I don't think I bought VX. Sure, with 5 physical attacks. Now, orange hair guy has fists on top of old guy's head when he's behind him, technically. Oh yeah, there's kind of like a layering problem here. Like, you can see his cape. It's like on top of the lady there. Ace problems. Combustion! Wow, that did not do a lot of damage. Oh, there's cooldowns too. We go with MVMZ mixture as they match up, but not sure with Ace. Surely gonna. Yeah, I don't think the Ace RTP really matches MVMZ that much. Oh, okay, I see. I see what you're talking about, Orc. Garen believes the stones of reformation can be used to fix the planet. We cannot allow them to fall into the wrong hands under any circumstances. Here's the boss, right? But that's not a big bad guy. Maybe it's not the boss. Sure. Do the thing. Uses dark energy. Am I out of TP? Oh gosh. Gonna have to charge her up. No, also out of TP. Oh my gosh. So is the other dude. Oh, just get... No, that's not what I want. Just get all of you guys just charged up. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Where's Zach? I guess that's one way of handling it. I think the MVMZ method is more optimal because this just looks a little bit weird, jank, as it were, as is the case anytime you're doing something outside of what the engine allows. Always got to find some sort of janky solution to duct tape together. Wait, they still step forward though when they take the action. That's weird. Just attack. He's almost dead. This chaos. Is there no end? Those summons. The Hayama Empire? Yes. Yes. Even the once neutral region has fallen into turmoil. moving again. There's a thing. What does that do? Recovery. Saving. Exiting. To be honest, at this point, with like my 130 or something plugins, I'm surprised my game works as well as it does. I agree. It's a miracle anything works at all. Would 2 birds plus fighting you really be chaos, or is it just a normal trip in the park? I've heard that's just an average day in Australia. It's all gone. Everything. Forever home. The spirit of life has vanished, and all has turned to chaos. Sarge, we need to find Garen immediately. Betrayal! Betrayal! You don't understand. Nothing matters anymore. Everything, everyone, gone. Our families, friends, and any chance for peace. My cat, a likely excuse. And next you'll be telling me that your dog ate your project, right? All that's left is to fight for survival. Boss time. I don't know, just unleash everything. Oh, did I use the wrong... Sorry. Yeah, I wanted to use the breakthrough thing, I think. But I don't have enough TP, goddammit. High damage on large enemies? I guess he's a defensive enemy because he's got a shield. Oh, yeah. I wish Dejika could just implement most used plugins into the engine and just save us the time and money. Maybe. My dog did eat my RM project. Well, there we go. I mean, well, I think that's sort of the answer there, Orc, is Yanfly has been making these things that effectively feel essential for basically every RPG Maker project. I've had this talk before. I think this has come up somewhere recently. Like, I think there's like an ongoing thread on RPG Maker Web about the, you know, speculating about the next mainline version of RPG Maker. And, you know, some people, like, people are like, oh, I wish I could do this or this in the engine. And there are several people that had responded like, well, you can do that with plugins. And it's like, yeah, but there's something to be said when a feature is actually natively supported by the engine and not having to rely on developers to implement it, and who knows what it'll break. Not to mention, if it's natively supported, there'd probably, hopefully, be maximum compatibility with it as well. So, I do kind of get it. Like, if Yanfly has been basically making the same thing, it's just like, look, fuckers, Yanfly has been putting the same shit into your engine for decades now. Just make it, like, a default feature. And while Visual Cell and Yanfly have a monopoly over the last two engines, I don't think any improvement is on the horizon. Probably not. Yeah, like the meme I posted the other day. Why spend resources on something some dude on the internet makes for free? Yeah. I don't know, hurt yourself. Do 1,677... I assume that's the amount of damage I'm going to do to myself, but whatever, fuck it. Wow, I did 1,000 damage to him, but I did 1,500 damage to me, rounding down. That feels like a shitty trade-off, if you ask me. Prism Tech. Breakthrough! Prism Tech. Rapid Strike. Oh, that was not too much. Prism Tech. I don't know. Has this battle been going on for a long time? Just do it. That was kind of a cool little animation. Kneecapper. Combustion. He's fucking dead. The only plugin I ever bought was MV3D. I'm not using any magic. I'm using the skills. Whatever the Prism Tech is. Look at those. Look at that sprite work. This is wrong. Everything is all wrong. Drama. That's one way of doing a pickup animation. Oh, RPG Maker jank. Alright, where to start? My name, I told you, is in media res. My name is Zero, and I live in a town called Elia. It's a boring town in the country where nothing much happens. Boy, I sure wish something exciting would happen. God damn it, I called it. Nothing much happens around here. Everyone is so laid back. A simple argument will keep the town buzzing for days. I've got a pretty basic life here. School, monster hunting, sword training, magic practice, and plenty of relaxing. This spot right here is where I find peace. When I'm here, every day feels like a new adventure. When things are limiting or limited, people be creative, I guess. Yeah. There's a war happening somewhere out there, but not much is said. I only know bits and pieces from Dad's stories. I started when our western continent of Aria declared independence from the eastern continent of Tren. Our nation created a resistance group known as Blaze to help protect us in case Tren were to attack. All these pronouns, proper nouns, that's the word. I don't know what any of this is. Tren vowed to reclaim their rule at any cost. They began heavy weapons development and soon created machinery that could amplify magic power. You can't even parody the story. It's already a parody of itself. If there ever... wait, hang on. I'm interrupting myself. But I like how these assets... I actually kind of dig it in its own, like, homegrown sense. Right? Like, this feels very, very indie right here. These assets are, like, clearly, like, 3D assets that were, like, digitized. Right? Honestly, I kind of vibe with the aesthetic. If only more of the game was like that. Yep, nothing bad happens around here. Hope that war is far away still. Not so sure about that. The base engine is pretty much the same for the most part. Scripts being the biggest difference, I would say. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. An ARM game, all you're getting is dialogue on black backgrounds. What do you mean, continents declare independence? A Duranger can change a single level 2 fire spell into... okay. Sure. But the most important development was the dome. Look at it, and all of its majesty. Behold, the dome. And all 12 of its polygons. You don't even have an ATI card strong enough to handle this rendering. Towering over 40 feet high, these mobile fortresses can hold hundreds of soldiers. It takes 5 magic users, all casting a strong fire spell to discharge a single shot. And the results are incredible. Honestly, gotta respect they went for it. Look, I told you, it's got a vibe to it. Honestly, I just kind of dig, like, it's everything an RPG Maker game should be. Who was it? Who was it that said it? It was Wrath, the most RPGist story ever. You know what? It's accomplished being that so well. I'm almost kind of into it. But none of that happens anymore. There's no more battles, just an unofficial peace between countries. So life here remains unchanged. Until suddenly, just me, Mom, and then there's Edna. Sure. For the glory of Elia! Anime action hijinks. Critical hit. Target down. What the hell is wrong with you? You ruined my journal. I admit I'm kind of into the story too now. Life remains unchanged until it didn't. Bite me! Weird try-hard anime stuff. Gotta have those, you know, anime expressions and comedy and slapstick. Anime slapstick. I can't wait for Protag Man to fall onto Protag's sister and accidentally grope Protag's sister's giant fucking boobs. And she goes, "Gah! You pervert!" Whack! Right? That's the peak comedy gold. Kind of miss the old 3D games with pre-rendered backgrounds and lights. Yeah. Those little sprite animations are really doing it for me. That's how you can tell they put some real effort in the game. Yeah. Get up here already. What if I don't want to? Oh, I got an achievement. Hell yeah. I visited the spot. See, we're following Bungie's naming convention. The something. Where are you going? I was just curious what would happen if I tried to leave. Were you writing about me? I like her. She just shows up and starts beating the fuck out of the main character. Yeah. I guess so. I don't know. Just taking notes on history, Elia, our lives, and how nothing bad is ever gonna happen. Something to make the memories last. You were pretty pissed. I must have ruined a lot. I gotta name a spot in my game The Spot too. Gotta do it. Don't forget The Dome. About 2 paragraphs. And we'll have The Fallen and The Hive and The Traveler and The Guardians. I'm also, this is also such a fucking, Japan is obsessed with that now too. Actually, I don't know how long they've been obsessed with it, but they call everything the something. There's a beer called the malt, and it's like, there's another one, it's like the coffee, and it's like the pachinko, and it's just like everywhere. It's the noun. I'm also making up legends about these 2 trees. As the plant's gateway to vitality, these trees command the passing and rejuvenation of all life across the world. Gonna make the dome be a joke about him. That'd be a pretty good one. Just call me the dome, right? I am the dome. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, right? How about this? They're the guardians of peace and love, forever destined to gaze across the endless valley of flowers and ocean. Yeah, that's a much better story. How about I handle the writing and you shut it? You think this spot will last forever? No. You think the mountain's gonna spring legs and walk away? No, but, you know, I think the dome is gonna ruin the spot. Certainly have better lighting than this game's dome. It's better than English American naming every new thing uber ultra mega superb. Shinier surface too. Oh, fuck off. What an asshole. Do the lightning again. I want to see. Oh, do you now? Well, I'm sorry, but there will be no lightning today. Look at that. Look at that little sprite animation they got there. Only just the greatest display of skyfire brilliance the world has ever seen. Lame. Just warming up. Look at that map zoom. Forever home. I wonder how they did that map zoom. Can you do that in Ace? Because I know MV, at least with SRD's camera plugin, if you zoom out like more than ×2, then like shit starts to go haywire. Like the whole engine starts to just kind of fall apart. Did you notice the big red dot sticking out? MV can do it with script calls? Maybe, but I still think, I mean, I guess I haven't tried with script calls, but, I think there's just a limit to how far you can zoom out before, like, the engine is like, I don't know how to draw the tiles! I guess I'd have to give it a try with script calls to see if I can do more than ×2. If you zoom out on MVs, there's blackness. Yeah, because you can zoom, but that doesn't tell the engine to render more tiles. Yeah. Well, it's not even that. Hang on, while it's rolling credits here, let's see if I can pull this up really fast. Oh, the game will pause while... Okay, well, damn it. I can't do two things at the same time! Although now I'm interested to see if this is gonna, like, make the music, like, out of sync. So now I just have to find out. So the music ended. Will it loop again? Oh, that's the backup. See, I can't talk and do this at the same time. Where is it? Here we go. We gotta switch. Here. This is what happens when you zoom out too much. It's just like the engine just falls apart. It's just like, ah! What's happening? How do I draw these tiles? It's kind of weird because I think it like I don't fucking know what's going on here. But anyways, that's what happens when you zoom out too much. Now we get to watch this. With no music. Cool effect. Well, there you go. Maybe you can make use of that effect. You have to set the zoom to more than ×2. Alright, dig in. Looks great as always, thanks. It was Zero's turn to cook, but we don't want to scare off our guests. No complaints here. Well, that's a neat little effect they got going on there. And has been with our family for over 10 years now. Back when I was a kid, Mom found her abandoned at the mountaintop. This sounds like fucking, like, Sims fucking shopping music. Okay, not when you throw in the bass, but the little, you know, staccato strings. Come ready to, like, make my sim. Parents were nowhere to be found, so Mom brought her home and raised her here. The last time Dad was home, he even built a whole room extension onto the house just for her. It's my world-famous PACBUT? Is that what that is? Or is it French? Cabon! Cabon stool! So I expect none to go to waste. Almost time to start working. Good thing I got my rattler going. I don't know what that is, but it's a shame I'm gonna lose one of my chatters. Can't, too good. And Zero, don't help with the dishes this time. Breaking dishes equals less chores. Noted. Zero, don't forget about the grocery order from Mrs. Tellen. She should be expecting you. Okay, are we just gonna be doing mindless chores now? It's beer mixed with orange soda? That sounds pretty good. Mom is the kindest person I know, Edna too, but even though she's still terribly shy around new people. But when it comes to me, she does have a bossy side. And don't forget the celery. Totally a drink for hot days. Yeah, I'm kind of jealous, you know. The beer is not quite as refreshing as I wish it would be. Nor is the sake. Stop the damn inner monologues and get the friggin' celeramine. Okay, so if we're just doing like busy work chores, I'm gonna just go ahead and call it here. I was curious to kind of see like, do I have a menu? That's actually just gonna answer my questions. Yeah. that's what I was thinking, right? Like I had said, we had started the game in media res, so we were playing the heroes when they're like max level with all the skills. But yeah, we've rewinded time here, so yeah, of course, we don't have that many skills. We just have basically nothing. That makes more sense. The beginning is still pretty damn intense. Kind of, oh, I guess you can't save anywhere. Kind of, you know, oh, you can't walk on the flowers. Okay, alright, well, fine, fuck you. It's a little bit intimidating, the intro, with all of the skills that you have access to. Maybe the title is literal. Forever home. You're just constantly like hearing stories about, you know, the epic war that's going on just outside this town. We need volunteers. We need militiamen. Stat! We're losing this battle. We need to fight for democracy. Well, gotta go pick up groceries. I can cast magic and all that, but shoo-wee, gotta make this stew for mama. That's the whole fucking game, just hearing about the fucking war going on outside. But meanwhile, you're just picking up groceries, picking flowers, hanging out at the spot. It doesn't tell shit about me. It tells you that I just want to walk straight, right? Because you're inconveniencing me with your goddamn flowers. I was gonna look for a save point because it seems like you can't save anywhere you want. No, this town's a little bit bigger than I thought. Maybe it's at the end. That's the standard, right? Oh, that's glowing. Maybe that's where you... Yeah. Oh, how many saves can you do? It doesn't go as fast as I was hoping. If I press space... I'm sure if we sat here for, I don't know, a few hours, we might be able to get some sort of, what is it? I forgot what it's called. Whenever the number rolls over. An overflow. We could cause an overflow error with this, maybe. But it'd probably take maybe a week of doing this. Who's in for it? Who's into this for 1 week? Let's see if we can crash the game by saving. No, that's alright. We're done. This is cool. I know, that's the stream you come for. Watching Nolan press the save button. I suspect not. But that would make it forever in. That's the sequel. The sequel to the game. If you're here for hours, you might get carpal tunnel. Yeah, there's that. Maybe I'll just set up an auto hotkey script or something like that. Anyways, that was a game. I guess I gotta grade it, don't I? Can't just jump right into the just chatting section. I kind of forgot to set up the sheet. All of this information has not been filled in, but doesn't matter. Forever Home. Honestly, I'm gonna give it the polish point. Got lots of little work with the sprite animations and all that. I'm gonna give him the accessibility point, not because he had WASD. In fact, the WASD implementation was pretty jank, honestly. since it was only map movement and not also menu navigation, it's just weird. But it did have other options like adjusting difficulty and other things like that, so that's always nice. Clarity, I knew where to go, what to do. I almost kind of don't want to take the point away, or I almost don't want to give it the point just because the beginning is a little bit intimidating with all the skills, but you can push through that pretty easily, so no big deal. No word on the balance. Give another point for pre-run. It's not the PACBUT. What was the other P we joked about? I don't even remember now. It doesn't matter. I didn't really get a good sense of the balance. The opening was the opening, but that's also like not very representative of the game. I imagine the balancing is fine though, considering how competently everything else has been put together. I'm not gonna give them the unique identity point though, because it is the most RPG Maker game if there ever was an RPG Maker game. So 5 is acceptable. It is like $1 on Steam. I think $1 for that game is plenty acceptable. Like, I don't know. I'd say probably even $5 to $10 might be totally reasonable as well. $1 is a fucking steal. The Dome. The Red Dome. Give it 99 points. 99 points. No. Not that any of this matters. Anyways. There's that. That is a dollar game for sure. Indeed. Let's get a music going. I need to set up the... Oh, why did that disappear? Come back. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Okay, it's being weird. Oh, being weird. Stop being weird. Alright, there we go. I think I can get it set up now. Need to set up the fiddle playlist again. Audio collection. And... these songs over there. And... which one are we gonna start with? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But... where is it? That one's fine too. We'll start with that one. There we go. Go grab some snacks and maybe a drink. That sounds like a good idea, Alice. Go do that. We're gonna chat for just a moment. What are we chatting about today? I don't remember. I felt like I had something to talk about, but as usual, I tend to forget those kind of things. I do kind of want to talk about my stream last week with Ernest. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed chatting with Ernest about his game, Pry Into the Void. The one thing is that maybe I got a little too drunk, and I also didn't do a very good job at directing the interview. My bad. I did tell him that, you know, don't treat it like too serious of an interview. Just let things flow naturally, and boy, did that happen. That definitely happened. A little bit more than I expected. So, yeah, I don't know. He is interested about, you know, doing another one of these chats again. So maybe in the future we'll try again and maybe try to keep the discussion a little bit more directed. and see if we have a better discussion. I would be interested to do more. What's the name of the Alien movie fan-made RPG game? It had a face hugger, etc. I can't remember its name. I would not know, so I cannot help you with that. The last stream was cool. Well, I'm glad you liked it. I had fun, that's for sure. I don't know how entertaining it was to the other people who were watching. You know, I felt like I had a duty, and my duty was to interview this man about his game and about getting published, and instead we talked about other stuff. We talked about not that. I mean, we talked about it for like, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes out of the 4-hour stream, so, you know. I want to do more interviews like that as well, though, so, you know, it's just practice, right? I think the Max Red Trigger interview that I did, the first one that I did, I think that one went pretty well. But I think there wasn't as good of just natural friendly chemistry between Max and I. It was a pretty just kind of like a very professional kind of professional with some friendliness, friendly professionalism, I guess you'd say. I have one. We just didn't really stick to it. I did it for both Max and Ernest. I always let them pre-screen the questions, so that way they know what kind of questions I might be asking, so they don't, you know, there's no awkward situations or anything like that. And I try to block out the questions as well in a sensible order. So, I mean, it's there. It really is there. It's just that I never really dragged it back on track. So, anyways, it was only the second interview I've done like that. I'd like to do more, like I said. I don't know who or when that'll be. I think it'd almost been like 6 months since I had the interview with Max. And then, so, you know, it's talking like half a year between these interview kind of things. I don't know if it's going to be that rare. I would love to do it a little bit more consistently than that. Maybe kind of like every other month kind of thing. But who knows? It also depends on who I can get a hold of. I want to talk to interesting people, and not that you guys are not interesting, but I also want to talk to people who, I don't know, have some sort of value or experience that us tiny little devs might be able to learn from. Which is why I wanted to interview Ernest, because he's getting published, and he's a single developer. He's basically like us, but he found a publisher. And it's not one of those shitty scam publishers like fucking whatever Indenara's fucking publishing group is. No interviews for RM devs at all. That's not true. But there's got to be an RM dev that has something that is interesting that we can learn from about them. Like, if it was an RM dev who had finished a game and had found success with their game, then yeah, they might be interesting to talk to. Of course, also, if depending on how successful they are, they may see my channel has 800 subscribers and it's like, well, that's not really worth my time. I'm just winging it, you don't want my viewpoint. Yeah, exactly. So, I guess I don't really need to keep it a secret. I kind of kept it a secret last time, and I talked about it a little bit. I was trying to get another interview going that was not Ernest. Ernest kind of wound up being my plan B. And I kind of just made hints. I didn't really say who it was that I was trying to get to interview. No problem. Do your lurking. I don't know why I was really trying to keep it a secret. I guess there's still the thought that it might maybe happen, and I would like it to be a surprise if it does happen, but I honestly don't think it will happen. Ross Scott. Ross Scott is the, I actually knew him for quite a long time as the guy who did the Machinima video, Freeman's Mind. But lately, you know, now he runs Accursed Farm, a YouTube channel, and has lately been doing a campaign for Stop Killing Games. In his Stop Killing Games video announcement, he basically said if anyone has a platform at all, send him an email and he'll see about trying to set up an interview. I guess he didn't think that tiny little platforms like myself would contact him. He was polite, he was very polite, but he did basically kind of say, like, I have lots of people that I need to communicate with right now, and I need to be very strategic about how I spend my time, and I just don't think a channel with 800 subscribers and about 150 views per video is really valuable for this campaign. So, understandable, no problem. He said maybe, and this is probably him just being polite, but he did say maybe when things kind of start cooling down on the Stop Killing Games front, he may get back with me on that, but for right now, that's not happening. So, I don't know how, but Ernest saw my video that I had made on his game, and he left a really nice comment on that video, and I said, hey man, you want to chat? So that's how it went. So, anyways, I don't know, I'll figure out whoever it is that I want to do an interview with next. I'll kind of be on the lookout for someone. I don't know when it'll be, I don't know who it'll be, but I guess I'm putting it out there. I guess for you guys, if you guys think that you got something that you want to tell everyone about, that you think is something we can learn from, let me know. I can't promise you that I will agree to it, but doesn't ever hurt to ask, right? So feel free to just send me an email or whatever, contact me on Discord or however you want to get in contact with me, and I don't know, maybe we'll do it, maybe we won't. Anyways, so I think that's pretty much everything that I wanted to do the just chatting about section, probably. So I guess we can move on to the next game, which is, I think, an MZ game. So hopefully we don't have OBS problems. I'd be into it, but I don't know what to talk about. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I would need to play more of your games as well to kind of get a sense of, like, what kind of questions I'd ask you. Like, I don't think really Ernest knew what to talk about either. But that's why, you know, I prepare the questions. So, and I try to make the questions, you know, about whatever topic is relevant to the person that's being discussed. Like, with him, a lot of the questions were about, well, getting published and stuff like that. So, you know, I would probably want to play through a lot of your games, and then maybe I could come up with a series of questions that would be relevant to you and your games. I don't know. That sounds like a lot of work, though. You're going to be keeping me busy. I won't have any time for my own game. Anyways. So, the next game that we're going to be playing is The Silent Kingdom, which is kind of a cool name. Sounds like a Dark Souls location. The Silent Kingdom. Oh, it's MV. Lucky Cat! That looks like some Kingdom Hearts shit right there. They got lyrics too. Hang on a sec. Gotta turn this up a little bit in my headphones. Turn it up for you guys too. Are they doing the near thing, or are they... It kind of sounds like they're doing like the near music thing, where they have like, they, you know, made up their own language to sing in for all the lyrics and stuff like that. There's a few times where it bring the lyrics back. I need to hear that again. Played the demo a couple of years ago. Well, it was Mr. Windrider who had recommended that I play this game, actually. I don't really like the mixing on the voice. Kind of splitting hairs on this. It'd be fine for, I'd say, your average listener, but it doesn't really sit in the mix very well. It's a little bit too present for such a soft song. I just really don't like the very, very present vocals. It's, you know, it feels like they're like pressed their face up against the microphone, and they probably smashed it through a compressor as well, which makes it sound like they're singing right in your face. But anyways, like I said, splitting hairs on that. I don't know what they're singing in though. They could have done the Simlish, as Wrath says. They could have done Simlish, or maybe they or maybe it's a different language that I just don't recognize. Anyways, interesting. Yeah, you're about to say it's very in front of the piano. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really like the mix on it, but whatever. I see we got Mog stuff. Let's throw in fucking random ass fucking just like, oh, it's pretty looking. It's like vines and Victorian shit. That's cool, right? Anyway, sorry. Drives me nuts. The fact I can hear it through iPad speakers means it's probably very evident in headphones. Yes. Oh, that's a nice little accept sound. Alice, when you played it, like, I want to know, like, how, if this demo is going to be the same one that you played, or if it's actually been updated at all. So, first of all, Alice, point out anything that's different, if you remember. I mean, I realize you said it was a couple of years ago, so I'm sure it's all hazy in your head. But, if there's anything that stands out to you, let me know. Oh, particles on or off, nice. Did they have the vocals in it as well? I'd be curious to know how long they've had the vocal track. New game. I'm also interested in seeing if anything changed. Well, let's find out together. Hear me, you who looked upon the world with defiant arrogance, and as a mortal believed yourself above the divine weaving. I'm taking from you your suns and moons. No longer shall the stars shine for you, but the twilight of a kingdom is gentle calm, like the kindness of deaths. For such is my benevolence and my love. Yeah, I remember seeing this in the trailer, that they got some pretty nice sprites. It is funny, though. It's kind of like the more detail that you have in the sprites, the more awkward the 3 frames begin to look. I think we discovered this a little while back, a couple of streams ago, when I played that Korean visual novel, where they had, like, really detailed sprites, but they were still 3 frames. And it's just like, the more detail you add, the more jarring 3 frames looks. Princess. Oh, no keyboard input. Wait, that was keyboard input. How come backspace doesn't work? Wait, no, it's not. Just kidding. Nope, just kidding. We'll call her. How many spaces do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's enough. Alright, you know what? I'll abbreviate it, of course. That's the best way. Oh, I like how the S is smashed into the M. We need to give the pretty main character the name of a pretty lady, of course. The dog. No! No, that's so much better! What have I done? No, I have to commit to it now, though. But God, that's a good one. God, that's a... No, I want to do it now. I'm sorry, Miss Gristle. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me for my sins, but it's too good to pass up. The dome. It's too late. You can't go back on it now, Wrath. Yeah, there we go. Princess the Dome. Princess the Dome, wake up. Your kingdom has awakened by the goddess's grace, and so must you. Everything starts with Denise's voice. The kingdom begins to fill with light, and I wake up in my bedroom a little disoriented. Just a bit longer. The dame is now the dome. I love y'all. This is so stupid. By the goddess, how can you be so lazy? Come on, do you need to put quotes around it? We know it's a quote. That's kind of... I'm splitting hairs, I know, but... Man. How dare you patronize me with your quotation marks? Your quotation marks. It sounds like everyone's sarcastic. Come on, today's a special day, Dome. A special day. Of course. Today is the 13th birthday. Had you perhaps forgot? Everyone's a sarcastic asshole in this world. Blink. I like that. Oh, they have the little mouth movements. Anyways, didn't I turn 13? Oh dear. Oh, sorry. I need to finish reading that sentence. Didn't I turn 13 quite a few years ago? Look at me. I don't think I... What nonsense are you speaking of? Come along now, choose one of your best dresses. His Majesty awaits. It would help a lot. Like, okay, I'm reading it slow because I'm making jokes here. But I already recognize a problem, and I've talked about this several times in a lot of games. And I've even talked about ways of fixing it because I have fixed this in my own game. It's hard to tell who the fuck is talking. Sometimes it's really easy to ignore the little, name right there. You were just focused on the text. We're not noticing the changes there. So, it helps if you, as is traditional with a lot of visual novels, you brighten the person who's speaking and you dim the person who is not speaking, right? When you don't do that, it makes it a little bit confusing to tell who is talking. Because, yes, I know the name is there, but it's so easy to miss that. Oh, you always say that you prefer getting dressed on your own. But if you need any help... No, I'm fine. Very well. In that case, I will take my leave and help with the preparations for tonight's banquet. Everyone is so suspicious in this world. It's not every day that a princess has a birthday. But who can forget who the doll is? And don't forget to see your father when you're ready. Alright, alright. Phew, peace at last. Denise has spent her life taking care of me. I hold her in very high regard, but sometimes she can be a bit tiresome. Actually surprised this game doesn't highlight active speakers since it's very visual novel style of a game with lots of hot guys to date. That sounds pretty good. Banquet, huh? The idea sounds strange to me. Move around with there. No, that's not true. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The 3 frames is so weird. And the footsteps are way too fast. Can we... Hang on. There's no footstep volume. Okay. It's just so funny. It's like the more polish you put into the game, the more jank starts to stand out, right? It's like, if this was just like your chibi typical RPG Maker MV sprites or whatever, you know, like, the 3 frames of animation wouldn't stand out. It would just be par for the course. And the footstep sounds being way too fast, again, it's just like, yeah, whatever, it's an approximation. But it's like the closer you get to being detailed, to making a realized world, the more that kind of stuff begins to really stick out like a sore thumb. Oh, I spot little Chrono with his wooden sword performing some early morning training. Yeah, there's lots of detail in it, lots of parallax mapping and stuff like that. It all looks pretty good. There's like... It feels like there's 2 steps for every 1 step as far as the sound effects go. They're really buried in the mix. Anyways, I was listening to the birds. I need the music to shut up. They have it there. That's really nice. There it is. There it is. Right there. I thought I heard it. Okay. So, that bird sound. That is a Japanese warbler. I actually I really like the Japanese warbler. They live like, cause they like the mountains. That's where they normally, that's like their home. So, and I actually live near the mountains, so I hear them like in the morning, just all day long. I think they have like a really beautiful call. So much so that actually, I got some samples of Japanese warblers. I went up to the mountain and just like recorded just the warblers singing in the mountains, so I could use as soundscape in my own game. This means nothing for this game. I like hearing that. Also, the little chirpy chirp sounds like sparrow. What is it? A Eurasian sparrow. I know these fucking birds. I'm not a bird watcher or anything. It's just doing research for like sound stuff in my own game. I've just learned the names of some of these birds and their calls. Maybe I could train with him. Sure. My 13th birthday, that makes no sense. And Meg, I don't know, the harp stuff is like not interesting listening music, but I think it sets a tone, a mood. There's crows that fly around my building all the time, and I have crow sounds recorded. Well, hey, there you go. This again. All my dresses seem too small for me. I must tell Denise. Why do I keep forgetting? For now, I'll have to leave this. I'll have to leave like this. There's nothing inside the closet that I could wear. Although right there, when the harp was getting really active, that sounds like me just noodling on my keyboard with the contact library set up. They're there in the morning, and it's nice and quiet for recording. Yeah. Oh, good morning, princess. Do you know where my father is? His Majesty is currently convening with the generals in the war room. I'm afraid he won't allow any interruptions until the meeting is over. There's nothing. No, it was in parentheses, okay? And I think I ran the joke into the ground. I don't think I need to keep doing it. So I'm curious about this music that's playing now. I assume it's some sort of music that has entered public domain, whatever the piece is. But I do think a lot of people conflate that just because the piece of music has entered public domain, that doesn't always mean that the specific performance is public domain. So I wonder if this is a public domain performance. Why don't you take a walk around the gardens in the meantime? It's such a beautiful day. Don't tell me what to do! Forgive me, I didn't mean... With your permission, I shall return to my duties. You can walk faster with shift, or just turn always dash on. Then just leave it on. I don't get the point. If there's like no stamina system. Three frames. It's a cute animation. I wish there's more frames to it. My knowledge of classical music is from Looney Tunes. Not gonna lie, it's the same. It's the same for me too. Sarcasm would actually help this game a fair bit, since it's as I remembered, the dialogue is just dull. Yeah, lots of people love to forget that a particular recording may not be public domain. Yeah. So much work to do. Oh, but as I was saying, it always begs the question, like, I had this discussion recently in my fucking Discord. Like, what's the point of having dash? Like, if I can just turn it always on, there's not a mechanical decision there. Like, I might as well just leave it always on. For what reason would I want to go slower? There's never a time ever in the game that I would want to go slower, right? If there is no mechanical decision to it, then just make it the default speed. I know stamina bars are overdone and overused, but at least there's a mechanical reason why sometimes you'd move fast and sometimes you'd move slow. Wait, what did it say? I should have the key in my room. Oh, thank you. I will go back and forth. Oh. Pet peeve of mine as well. Don't make me press enter when I bump into the door. Just let me go in. Well, where's the damn key? And a bar is good for a horror game. Wait, I already went there. This one. Alright. Yeah, this harp needs to chill out. The vibe is that I'm done with the vibe. Alright, fair enough, Alice. You have put a hole in my point. There are those who just want to go slow. Look, I sort of agree, like, in a 3D space, I don't know if there's ever been, like, 2D games where I felt like I need to slow down. But, like, in 3D games, when there's been, like, just well-designed maps, sometimes I feel like just gently nudging the analog stick forward just a little bit to kind of just take it in. So I guess it's not unlikely that maybe there are some people who feel the same way, but, you know, like in 2D spaces. Also, just an observation, there's nothing wrong with this, but all of these are RTP, but have clearly been AI upscaled. Nudge the stick to walk his life. Yeah. Why is His Majesty convening with the generals on a day of celebration? Do you think the situation with the terrors has worsened? Shh. Just thinking about it frightens me. I've heard stories about terrors that would rob you of your sleep. The door sorry, isn't that where I want to go? Is there like a... I didn't mean to do that. Oh, okay. Oh, we were really zoomed out. Oh. Huh. That's interesting. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I hate that there's not like a turn in place. Quest 1, just explore shit. Um... So is it still grid-based? I think it is. Yeah. So, yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting way of creating that effect. So it's like, it's not zoomed in. It's that everything here is bigger. Which, of course, makes it look like everything's zoomed in. That's neat. That's a nice way of handling that, but also sounds like a lot of work. I'll just use my zoom plugins and things might get pixely, but it's fine. Because, man, yeah, if, like, Alice had said that she had played this a few years ago, right? I do believe on the store page, and remind me to check this, because this is one of those things I'm sure I'll forget. But if I recall correctly, there's not even a release date set for this game yet. And if Alice had been playing this a few years ago, and there's still not even a release date, this is what happens when you want to put in that amount of polish, right? When you want to upscale all the assets and parallax a whole inside and have like large assets and small assets for for inside and outside, right? That's all that kind of stuff just slows down development. And is it worth it? I mean, the maps certainly are pretty, but also, how long has the game been in development? Will it pay off in the end? Honestly, only time will tell. So far, it looks just like I remembered. Honestly, not sure if this game's ever gonna get finished. Yeah, and considering the kind of detail that they're putting into the maps, again, they're very pretty, that's for sure. Not gonna deny that, but I just wonder if it's, paying off. Is it paying the dividends they think it is? Wait, what happened there? Actually, this whole thing, hang on. Gosh, running feels... Is this really running? It feels... Oh, no. Oops. It feels slow. What? This whole thing is like a fucking mind trip here. We're heading south. And then we come out heading east. And then we head east. And now we're heading north. What the fuck happened? Look, I understand sometimes you kind of like, because of RPG Maker's perspective, like, you may want to design, because of how the assets are set up, you really want to design the map with the, like, a pressing northward or upward in the map. So that way all of the assets align with, you know, the way that you want to design the level. I understand this because I had that problem in my own game. You head south, and then I need the level to be facing north just because of the default perspective of RPG Maker. It's just that things would not make sense. But man, at least like flipping it to the opposite direction makes some sense. But like 3 times in a row, and I didn't see any good reason for doing that. Like, tell me one reason why this map cannot be going north to south. Like, maybe you want the tree line to, like, cover the character like that? But, no, I just don't get it. Also, that was a terrible loop in the music. Yeah. Like, maybe they want, like, I don't know, just, like, put a crossroad. Like, put a crossroad and then have the crossroad go east to west, right? Just draw the curves or the path. And I don't know what you mean by that. The curves of the path. Never cross these gates. I only imagine the world beyond. Oh my god. Make the middle map U-shaped. Or that! That would also be a totally fine solution. I'm sorry, have I not already explored all of this? Okay, bitch. What if I wanted to go that way? I guess I can't do the hedge maze. Do I have to talk to everyone? Did I miss somewhere? Surely I missed a direction to go, right? Oh, maybe I need to talk to this boy, because I remember her saying up at the top. To me, it stands out that the parallax is not consistent with what north is. Oh, the music just stops. Okay. You seem so vigorous this morning. No, I mean, happy birthday, princess. Is something the matter? Thank you, Chrono. How do you like my side boob, young boy? Do you enjoy the sight of side boob in the morning? No, it's not. You're a terrible liar. You know that? You know you enjoy side boob, little boy. Movement of the cloud shadows, I mean. I know it's a game, but I feel like a royal running around the castle grounds in a slip would be a low-key scandal. Come on, it's anime. Gotta get that side boob going. I don't mean to lie, it's just side boob. All right. One peek. How do you like the side boob? A little side boob action. There you go, boy. I imagine that's how this is played out. He's been instructed since very young to become my squire, though he's still a child. But no boy can resist the urge for side boob. So training even on a day of celebration. Of course, if I want to become a good squire for my princess side boob, I can't neglect even a single day of training. He takes side boob really seriously. Nothing will change for a single day. I'm gonna be princess bitch today. Princess the Dome the bitch. Even so, I want to do this. It's important to me. The child looks melancholic. Good. Very well, it's your decision. You either do good or you get side boob. You cannot have both. Chrono looks at his wooden sword, tightening his hold on it. His eyelids closed halfway with the weight of an uneasy thought. That's... What a... Why... Am I reading a book or am I playing a game? It is a visual medium and you clearly... You've illustrated... Why? Hang on. The headphones have come off. Why? Look, okay, it's splitting hairs again, which is what's been, it's all these little things that are like adding up. I don't think any one of these things would necessarily be a problem in a vacuum. But then you have this game where it's just like, it's that little thing right there that's just weird, and it's that little thing that's weird right there, and then that little thing, and suddenly you have a lot of little things that are really kind of piling up that makes the whole thing just like, what's with the pacing? Obviously the biggest pacing problem being wandering around not knowing what to do, but, why do you have like fucking prose in this like it's a fucking novel? I can see the boy right there and his half-closed eyelid, which is a weird description in it of itself, but sure, whatever. Why fucking describe that, man? Sorry. I need to relax. This is so weird, man. Princess, it is said that the terrors who raise our lands grow more numerous by the day. It is rumored that there will be a war. And I fear that you might march into battle without me, for I might be regarded a child or considered unprepared for major side boob. Chrono. Why don't you show me your progress? Oh, you wish to train with me, Princess? Isn't there any other matter you should attend to first? Let's begin immediately. Battle! Is this how they've chosen? Come on! What is this standard fucking RPG Maker fucking battle screen? What? Front view? Front view with fucking yawn flies? What, animated enemies? Whatever it's called with the breathing effect? There's no way you put in all this effort into getting all this custom art drawn, doing all this parallax mapping, making everything beautiful, and this is how you chose to present your combat? Oh, the disappointment is immeasurable. Okay, at least show me there might be like some maybe like a second frame of animation whenever the guy attacks, right? Right? No! No, it's just like default RPG Maker battle. No, you've got to be kidding me. What? Oh, this is just what I was saying. It's like the more you make it into like a realized product, the more this kind of shit begins to stand out. And I have fucking TP and attack. Can I just sit here and just hold the space bar? Please tell me it's that kind of combat, right? Yeah, just hold spacebar. This is good. I think a battle background would spruce up the scene. I mean, I don't know if that... it would definitely improve things a little bit, but the combat is still just your really basic RPG Maker combat. Well fought, Chrono. Thank you, Princess. I shall practice harder. Well, we killed him. Princess, I bring a message from Professor Solomon. Ahem. I applaud you. Not you. Oh, I fucked that up. I applaud you not neglecting your training even on a day of celebrations. But let's not forget that cultivating your mind is equally as important as your voluptuous side boob. Well, time for my daily lessons. Oh, fuck that kid. I shall see you later. Don't overwork yourself. Later, princess bitch. Well, I'd like today's lesson to be a revision. Side boob is great, cleavage is good, but ass is still great too. Very well, let's take a look at... Sorry, that next dialogue box just played out very well. Let's take a look at this map. Indeed, that does appear to be a map. What would you like to review, Princess? I don't give a shit. Very well, Princess, that will be all for today. Hello, Grey Rose Revolution. Nice to have you here. Thank you for the lessons, Professor. Will I see you at the banquet? I shall show up, of course. The birthday of the 4 princesses is an event that concerns the whole continent. I should count myself no exception. This is a perfectly fine side boob. I mean game. Until this evening, then. And then the music just goes. Oh. That was a weird... Okay, that's it. What's the proper musical term for that? A mode? Gray, I'm doing all right. Got a shot of sake and a beer in me, and I'm feeling pretty good. I don't want to read any books. No, thank you. Princess, I don't mean to intrude, but I have a personal request. May I see the side boob one more time, please? What is it? It's about my grandmother. Her side boob is not as great as yours. She said that she would like to see your side boob today before dusk to wish you a happy birthday. Oh, so I have her permission to visit her? Yes, she is eagerly expecting your side boob. Besides, she seems a bit stressed these days. Perhaps you could cheer her up with some side boob. Understood. It shall be a true honor to visit the Oracle. Thank you, Princess. Remember that my house is the one by the lake to the east? Challenge, try not to make this harp part great fairy. That's what it is, but but it's not doing it for me. But you're right, that is this fucking great fairy fountain riff. What is happening with the music here? Sorry, is that my ears? What is going on? Hang on a second, let me listen to this. Can you hear that? Is that just on my end? It's like crackly. It's like... It kind of feels like they stretched it to slow it down. Dude, what? I don't know what happened to this song. Is that just... Sometimes fucking complete audio just wants to bug out, so sometimes it's just on my end. Although it normally doesn't sound like that whenever it bugs out, but I'm not saying that that is a problem with the game. It could very well be a problem with my own hardware, but just something is not right with the music. What I'm hearing right now. Knock on the door. Grandma, I brought side boob. A woman's voice could be heard from inside, warm and cracked by age. Princess, please come in. Please come closer, and let these tired eyes take a good look at your side boob. I'm sure your side boob looks beautiful today. This also gives me... This gives me Great Bay. You've got Zelda in my head now. This sounds like fucking Great Bay. Is it Great Bay? Yeah, I think it's the Great Bay in Majora's Mask. And then the... What is that? Oboe? And bassoon that they got going? Kind of reminds me of Wind Waker. Just Wind Waker in general. I walk closer, thankful for... Why are you telling me? I know. As the Oracle and one whom has served the crown for several generations, it is her duty to live isolated away from all possible interruptions. Only her grandson Chrono and my father the king are permitted daily contact with her. For the rest of us, it's usually forbidden. Her presence is so comforting that I regret not being able to visit her more often. It is an honor for me to be welcomed into your home, Oracle. Oh, sweet child. In such dark times, your side boob brings much joy to this old woman's heart. Dark times? I don't understand. Have you perhaps seen any unfortunate side boob in your visions? I wish that I could share them with you, little one, but you know that such things are for R18 only and must require age verification. Only the king may consult with me regarding my visions, and yet the king has grown deaf ever since that woman has come to sit by his side. I have tried to warn him, but he does not listen, for she has awesome side boob. She does not listen. Oh, he does not listen. I shall speak to him. I will let him know that he must visit you with haste. Oh, sweet child, though you are no longer much of a child now, are you? How old did you say you turned today? I smile weakly. You don't need to tell me. It seems 13. We need a side boob counter for this stream. I'm the king at running jokes into the ground. I find one joke and I latch onto it, and then I keep repeating it until everyone is absolutely sick of it. What is this 13 thing, though? I guess I'm sure they'll hopefully probably explain later. I don't think she's actually 13. I assume there's no 13-year-old that I know that has been blessed with such awesome side boob. But, I mean, there's a reference to it earlier, but then she also said, I turned 13 a long time ago or something like that. I don't know. Oh, but it does not seem like it at all, young one. Or are you simply lying to yourself? My eyes widen further upon hearing that, and a strange feeling nestles inside my chest. She was 13 at some point. Indeed. Only the blind and the foolish would believe that you are 13 years old. It would rather seem that you just reached your 20s. Oh, she's old enough to know those side boob thoughts that the Oracle has. I stare at her with my mouth agape, speechless for a moment. I thought the same, but no one seemed to realize that I was no longer a child. I ended up thinking that somehow it was all just in my head. Uh-oh, maybe the side boob is like 14. No one? Nonsense. I assure you that Chrono has noticed too. I saw the look in his eyes as he spoke of you. There was something fearful in them. This makes no sense. I hate this so much. The game story had a nice premise about cursed princesses, but it kind of wasted it with all the pointless dawdling. And the pace breaking, like this is a look, if you want to write a fucking novel, go write a novel. You can do it. No one's stopping you. I feel like it's like Hideo Kojima. It's like, why are you making games? Just go make a fucking movie, man. Why is there so much text? That's what I'm asking. They're just gaslighting her about her age. Everyone in this fucking kingdom's a fucking liar. You're 13. I am? Yeah. Just like last year, you remember? You remember you turned 12 and now that's how numbers work? It's 1 year later, so now you're 13. Man, time sure does fly. You should rest for today, young one. You don't look well. I can't. Your visions, the banquet, the dome, the banquet. Tonight, for my birthday, I shall ask again, what banquet are you speaking of? This stream is all reading inside boob. The best kind of stream, duh. Well, I don't know about the reading part, but the side boob, I mean, can't complain there. All right, there it is. There it is. It's back. It's back with a vengeance. What? I'm trying to think, but I can't remember any banquet. I don't understand. My head. Wait, why did they do it like that? We opened the game up with like a cute little animation of her waking up out of bed. Just play that animation backwards and faster and it would look like that? I don't know. That was just kind of a weird way of handling that, but sure. Princess the Dome. Suddenly, I find myself before the corridor that leads to the Great Hall. I guess I spaced out. The king wishes to speak with you. You may enter. Let's see. Is the woman that sits next to him, does she also have wicked side boob? Like a puppet whose strings are being guided by unseen... I don't give a shit, man. Where is the woman that sits beside the king? I demand more side boob. Father is alone. Oh yeah, she's asking the same question I was asking. Where is the woman who accompanies him these days? Ugh, my head. The dome, my dear daughter. With every day that passes, you step further away from the sweet nectar of childhood. Look at you. You're a young woman now. Father, would you like to see my awesome side boob that your genetics have blessed me with? I stopped being a child long ago. Time flies. I said that earlier. The dome, but in the eyes of the goddess and fate, luckily, you are still a child. Now, I surmise you came with questions, echoes of a whole kingdom, for rumors spread like flame. Father, the oracle is worried. She laments that you no longer hear her voice. Oh, my dear, the dome. I have heard many things in recent days, far too many. What is happening, Father? You sit a witch at your side and gather your generals. The corridors are filled with whispers that speak of war. Why is her name not the Dome? None is any less true than the other. And the stream has gone off the rails at this point. There was a dome in the previous game he played. It wasn't there was a dome. No, there was the dome in the previous game. And it was a beautiful 3D rendering. A full sphere made of probably 12 whole polygons. Wrath's got it. That's right, Wrath. I have begun preparations to declare war on Fortuna. A 40 feet tall dome. The dome. Fortuna? Isn't their king a good friend of yours? He is. He always has been, and I shall ensure that his life is spared. But not even the strongest of friendships can suffice when something so important is at stake. Now I beg you, please do not ask further questions. You are far too young to be learning of the bitter realities of this world. But Father! The dome! There is just one thing I need you to understand and to never forget. That's not how war works. That's how it works in the Silent Kingdom. They're silent about it, don't you get it? Father's normally firm. He's always firm for that side boob. Father's firm, and resolute voice seems to waver as he speaks of side boob. I need the gin and tonic. Only for this kind of stream. Everything I do is and will always be for your side boob. The blood I spill and the betrayals I sow, all for your voluptuous side boob. Everything shall always have a single meaning and purpose. You and your side boob. Even if you cannot understand my reasoning, will you be able to accept my purpose? Father, what's going on? Hear me, you who looked at the world with defiant arrogance, and as a mortal believed yourself above the divine weaving. I'm taking your suns and moons, no longer shall the stars shine for you. But the twilight of a kingdom is gentle calm, like the... Didn't you already tell me this? For such is my benevolence and my love. Doing a little repetition, huh? Ah, this is like Clockwork City, right? That was a fun Skyrim mod. In fact, I'd recommend playing a Clockwork City over this game, I think. It was such a well-received Skyrim mod that it got a standalone release. But I've heard the standalone release is actually not that great. So just play the Skyrim mod. It's free. Princess, it's been a long day. Denise, my voice is weak. My eyelids heavy. Good night, Princess. I'm so tired that I can't even begin to think. The sheets welcome me like a mother's arm, and I just... Good night, Princess. I think next week you need to name your character The Side Boob. The twilight of a kingdom is gentle calm. Yeah, we got that repetition going on, huh? This game certainly doesn't give a shit about the player's time. What is it with people thinking that being a good writer means being as verbose as possible? Where are her feet? There are none. They're all like, fuck, what are they called? Enders? I don't know. Zone of the Enders. Jehuti. They are the progenitors of, I forgot what the fuck these mechs are called. These. See? All of them. Everyone. This is eventually, this is the cyberpunk future of this world. When all of them get, augmented into cyborgs. And they become Jehuti. And as I lay on my bed asleep, or perhaps even lifeless, no, you're just talking, I feel someone watching me. How many times have we passed out like this? I mean, she had the headache at the Oracle. I mean, I guess technically we kind of woke up. Does that count? Not really. And then we were in front of Dad's place, and then I guess we passed out there, and now we're back here, so I guess 2 times. Princess the Dome, wake up! Your kingdom has awakened by the goddess's grace, and so must you. Everything starts with Denise's voice. The kingdom begins to fill with light and wake up. Just a bit longer. A special day. Of course, today is your 13th birthday. Had you perhaps forgotten? Blink. Again. Didn't I turn... Look at me. What nonsense are you speaking of? Come along now. Choose one of the best dresses. His Majesty's awaits. The dome needs to get that checked out, though. I think so. I think we're stuck in some sort of time loop, some sort of Groundhog's Day kind of thing, like I was saying, a Clockwork City. No, I'm fine, very well. In that case, I shall take my leave and help with preparation for tonight's banquet. It's not every day that a princess has a birthday. And don't forget to go see your father when you're ready. Alright, alright. Put Denise on snooze for 10 minutes. Did it just... I don't know. It's repeating all the exact same things, too. Like, I get that it's a time loop, but like, does the dome need to repeat the exact same things, too? Good, is the princess. Do you know where my father is? His Majesty is currently convening with the generals in the war hall. I'm afraid he won't allow any interruptions until the meeting is over. Why don't you take a walk? Okay. Without warning, someone grabs me from behind. He's after that side boob. Swiggity swooty, I'm coming for that side booby. Nah, that one doesn't work. Do not fret, my princess, milady. I have a message for you and your side boob. What? Who the hell are you? An intruder! Me! I don't know what the fuck that was. The only piece that doesn't fit in your perfect little world. Well, that's a fun sound. Alright, I'm bored. I don't know. Let's find out. I want to quit, but let's find out what's after this scene. Free myself! He moves away, keeping his distance this time. Now he's looking at me with a shadowed smile, a hand over his pained wrist. Well, aren't you feisty? Be thankful that I haven't called the guards yet. Speak now, I'll listen to what you have to say, but know that you shall not touch me again. The stranger stands up straight. Okay. Okay. You're trapped, princess. This castle is your prison. You cannot leave it, nor can you even reach tomorrow. Every day you live is merely an echo of the ones you have lived time and time again before. Heh, and perhaps this is why you seem so full of anger and frustration. So full of disdain towards your loyal little subjects. You might be right, although the hair color's wrong. Yeah, Melvin's onto the same thing too. It's funny, I can skip all the parentheses and the dialogue flows exactly the same. There's literally nothing is lost by just cutting out the parenthetical notes. They do not need to be there. It is just dumb. If you want to write a book, go write a book. What do you even know about this castle or about me? Okay. I know everything you do not. And I wish to show you it all, but it can't be here, nor can it be now. Time is running out. When? I shall find you after today's lesson. Be patient, my princess. Princess, are you alright? Princess bitch is back! Return to your post! As you wish. Okay, we're done with that scene. I'm done with this game. We had a total of 1 combat encounter, which was solved by holding down the spacebar. Again, if you want a game like this, A Clockwork City, it's a pretty fun mod, and I guess the game, there's the game too. It's been a long time since I played A Clockwork City. The story is kind of similar. You wind up in a city that's cursed to be stuck in a time loop. I think I quit at pretty much the same time you did. Yeah. So if I recall correctly, Clockwork City has like, it's the same kind of story. Like, it's a city that's like stuck in a time loop. You like come across the city and you have to figure out what's going on. They have like some sort of gods that like punish. It's kind of interesting. Like any sort of crime, the god is always watching. So no matter where you are, this is relevant for Skyrim. I don't know how this plays out in the standalone version. I mean, I'm sure it's the same, but I guess what made it interesting, it being in Skyrim, was that literally any crime you do does get punished, even if no one's around. And it has like if anyone commits a crime, the whole city gets destroyed and it reverts the loop again, right? And you actually get to use some of that to your advantage. Like you can like, you know, it's a good way to like, because you rewind time. I don't know. It was a cool game. Lots of mystery to it. Not a lot of combat, and that's why I'm, again, making that comparison, because that's what it seems like this game is this game doesn't have a lot of combat. It's more focused on whatever story it wants to tell. There was actually mechanical decisions and mysteries to solve and brain usage to be used in A Clockwork City. So there is that. This game, The Silent Kingdom, mostly just wants to be a visual novel with walking between the visual novel parts as your only form of interactivity for the most part. So, I don't know. Just to bring up that game so many times, it's just playing it, it's just like, it popped in my head and just kind of immediately I was just thinking like, oh yeah, that was actually a fun mod, wasn't it? And it's free as long as you own a version of Skyrim, but let's face it, we all own at least 7 copies of Skyrim, so pretty much that means it's free. I don't want to give it the polish point, because like the maps are really nice, but it's like, do I give it the polish points? There's a lot of detail in the maps, but it's not just the maps that make good polish. It's a little bit of everything that makes good polish. And boy, that combat did not look polish, actually. I don't know, I'll let you guys debate that one. You guys think, does it get the polish point? I'm going to move over to the accessibility. It did have rebindable keys, so there's that. Clarity gets 0. I didn't know where to go most of the time. Balance, I mean, see, I don't know. I mean, when we're talking in the vein of combat, no, because it was just hold spacebar. But also, we only had 1 combat encounter, and it was the tutorial, so it should be easy, right? You shouldn't have a difficult tutorial, unless you're Dark Souls. But then everything else was just fucking visual novel stuff, and all of that played fine as long as I could find where it is. Yeah, whatever, I'll give it the point. And unique identity, yeah, I'll give it the point. Alright, if we give it the polish point, that means it's worthy of being a commercial product. I do remember, though, I wanted to check to see if I was right. I had mentioned while I was streaming, I'd go with a point for polish. Okay, that's 2 votes for polish. Alright, we got it, then. I did mention while I was streaming that game that, that I wanted to check to see, because I think, if I remember correctly, it does not have a release date yet on Steam. So I want to check that real fast. So let's just check if I'm right or wrong. Yep, release date is still TBA. Yep. It says in English and Spanish. I wonder if Spanish is their native language. PACBUTs? Starting... Oh, for side boob? Give it a... Oh, yeah, Melvin. I missed what Melvin said. Give it a point for side boob. That is oddly specific, right? Just noticed that. Length of the prologue. 1 hour and 20 minutes, approximately. I mean, you could just say, like... I guess that's fine. I don't know. Anyways, I wonder if Spanish is their native language, because there's just some weird English in there. Like, the English was totally fine, but just some weird word choices, like with the boy, they said that his eyes had a half close or something like that, which is just like a weird phrase. At this point, the demo is just the game. Like, what's there to add to be a full game? Yeah, I mean, I also wonder about that. Like, what would the full game be? I guess at some point you go outside of the city, right? Because there's hints of that. Like, the lady is like, I've never been outside the city. I can only wonder what it's like out there. So I guess at some point you'd go outside the city, so maybe you wouldn't be stuck inside this kingdom, stuck on repeat. So maybe the whole thing is not just about being stuck in a time loop, but I guess maybe you break from that time loop and go on to something else. But just saying that out loud, man, that sounds like... That sounds like a lot of ground to cover with the game. Solve the time loop thing, so then we can solve the thing out. Like, man, that already sounds like pacing problems to me. Unless we assume that going outside of the city is like the end of the game. I was just saying that I was saying it sounds like a pacing problem to me because I was kind of assuming that there would be even more game to be played after you left the city. Anyways. Well, according to PACBUT, it's not my kind of game, but according to this score, it's worth it. If it ever gets finished and put on sale, that is. I think the backstory had 4 cursed princesses too. There's not planning to cover all 4. Like, would each one? I sure hope it wouldn't be like you play as all 4 and solve their curses. Because, yeah, that would, yep. I wanted to bring this up. Let's see. Is it not called the Clockwork City? Well, dang it. It's not called the Clockwork City. I've been telling you the wrong name of this mod. I wanted to bring it up. Fuck me, I can't remember what this mod is called. It's a really cool mod. And obviously, like I said, I kept talking about it too, because that game reminded me of it. But it's been a while since I played it, and I guess I've just completely forgotten what it's called. You can leave the city and get a minimum wage job and cheap apartment. Woo boy! Here's someone saying... Maybe it's Forgotten City. This is something. Yeah, okay, I think it's the Forgotten City. Yeah, no problem. See you around, Warzak. Yeah, I think it's a Forgotten City. Kind of just glancing through this, not leaving you guys with dead silence here. So I'm not really reading this, I'm just kind of flipping through it. But it's a murder mystery about an ancient underground city. Yeah. That sounds right. Yeah, here we go. So I think this is it. So here we go. So it's the Forgotten City. My bad. So there is, like I said, there is a standalone version of the game, I do believe. Because the mod was so popular, they even tout it down here, like it won awards for its writing. So like it was like really popular, so they actually made a standalone game. But I heard that the standalone game is not quite as good as the mod, but yeah, here we go. Here it is. It's actually pretty cheap. Oh, because it's on sale. Well, there you go. It's on sale. You can pick it up now for like $10. See, and it's right there. Forgotten City is a narrative-driven time loop adventure in ancient Rome. So, anyways, that's the game that I was referencing. No problem. Thanks, guys, for joining. I'm going to wrap up here in a moment anyways. I just wanted to bring this up because I was talking about it. Glad we got the name right. So there it is. Forgotten City. Both has a mod page. If you have Skyrim, there's that. And then there's also the standalone game. So there we go. That's everything. So, anyways, thanks all of you guys for joining another one of these streams. It's funny, for the past few streams, I've had like recommendations or gifted games for me to play, but I actually think next week I don't have anything planned. I did have someone reach out to me asking if I'd play their game. So I will maybe take a look at it and see if it's interesting. So I might have game for me to play, one game for me to play next week, but then I'll have to go back to finding games again on my own. Oh, it's so weird. Maybe I'll play the Forgotten City. So, anyways, we'll figure it out. I should be here next weekend, probably. You never know. But until then, thank you guys for joining another stream. Had a fun time with Side Boob and the Dome. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye.